How Mystic Zach Money Love, the shortest Harlem Globetrotter in the history. You've probably seen him on YouTube somewhere. What's up, man?
What's up, man? They see me on YouTube. They see me on everywhere, man. I'm the biggest inspiration in the world. If you haven't seen me, now's your chance after you watch this interview.
You're a guy who's known for your handles. Who do you think in the NBA right now is the best handles?
Who in the NBA has the best handles? I want to say it depends, but it could go with moves. I would say Kyrie and Chris Paul has the best handles with moves. Kyrie, Chris Paul. I want to say James Harden, Steph Curry, definitely. But I want to say I would have to say Chris Paul. Really, Chris Paul and Kyrie got this. Those two are the top tier with the handles.
When did you first gain your inspiration to start playing basketball? Was it at a really young age?
My first inspiration when I was a child, when I was a baby. My uncle was playing basketball, and he was a Michael Jordan fan. I just fell in love with Michael Jordan, and ever since then, it's been my passion. It's been my heart.
What was the first big moment?
Been my first big moment. I want to say when my mom took me to this. We just moved to this neighborhood where I'm at right now, and we was coming from the supermarket. We just literally moved. Like it was a few days into this neighborhood, and there was a basketball league going on, and the guy was on a bullhorn, and he called he said, "Hey, young fella, come in the park and play." I was so nervous. One, I was nervous because we was new to this neighborhood. Two, I wasn't, I was just unsure. But I want to say that was my moment, because that right then and then, that's when I knew, like, okay, basketball is more than just picking up the ball and playing and shooting. It's team, it's constructive, it's leadership, it's basic skills, high end skills, top tier, and that was one of that's the beginning. Biggest stage, I want to say, when I played when I played my first game for the Harlem Globetrotters.
You're a guy who every time you're on the court, you're shocking people, you're surprising people, especially people that haven't seen you before. Who are some of the celebrities or NBA players that you surprised on the court?
That I surprised the most that told me was Chris Paul. That was like, here I am, I'm dying to meet him and about to tell him everything how I feel about him. And he's like, "Yo, we just finished watching your basketball videos, man. You good. You dope. You're a great player." And then he told me, like, it's possible that you could play in the league. It's obviously it's trial, it's things, odds you face, but if you ever break that barrier, you'll be a superhero. And then Kyrie Irving, that's my favorite player, and to meet him and him invite me to a game and tell his parents, his father, about me and why I'm at the game and who I am, and I'm the guy who who went viral with his shoe on. That's the blessing, man. That's the part when here you are, you somebody on this high, and the people above this high are fans of you. That's why I say, it doesn't matter what stage you on in life. People respect a person's passion and desire, because you helping somebody get through something that they want to become or they facing. And that's my favorite part about being who I am.
So you said the biggest stage you ever played at was for the Harlem Globetrotters. What was your favorite moment as a Harlem Globetrotter?
My favorite moment as a Harlem Globetrotter all the time, every time I'm playing in New York City at the Garden. The biggest headache about it is the tickets. But the best part is seeing my family able to come see me every time I'm playing here. And my first game here, I was nervous. And just playing somewhere where Michael Jordan dropped 55, 45, 61, and then playing in my city. That's a dream come true, in the Mecca. So that would have to be the icing right there. And last year too, our rest in peace to Kobe, played at Staples Center, Valentine's weekend, and we all wear the number 24, and I hit my 4-point shot in one of Kobe's favorite areas on the court. That was another big Big moment right there. Biggest stage right there.
You've mentioned Michael Jordan a couple of times. Is he your biggest inspiration in basketball?
Michael Jordan is the reason why I'm playing basketball. Why not? That's the first person I fell in love with, man. That was that's the GOAT. I was sticking my tongue out just like him. And reason too is because of the confidence. You know, a lot of people don't know Michael Jordan got cut, you know, trying out for his high school team. You know, he was also told he can't do this, can't do that. So, you know, when you see someone become the best and determined, it's just it's a virus. It spreads on you. You know, it feeds off on you. And ever since I was a kid, I watched everything Michael Jordan. I got every sneaker, all the tapes. My mom and dad would tell you stories about me and my following for Michael Jordan, doing school projects using Michael Jordan, everything, coats, basketball hoops, basketball shirts, posters all over my room with Michael Jordan, eating Wheaties because of Michael Jordan. I'm the reason that I'm the skill I have because of Michael Jordan. That confidence, that determination factor. Him wanting to beat, him getting beat down by the Pistons and getting back up. You know, determined to become the GOAT, to become the best to ever do it.
You mentioned MJ as the GOAT, the best to ever do it. Recently, there's been a lot of debate, him or LeBron, you know, especially after LeBron won his fourth championship. Is there anything LeBron can do in your mind to surpass MJ as the GOAT, or will it always be MJ?
Well, that's the thing about, you know, LeBron once said this. That's the thing about legends and GOATs. You know, one day somebody do become the GOAT. And it's a different era of basketball. So people, this generation is gonna say LeBron. They didn't get to see Jordan. You know, they can't relate to that. Um, but he could break every record. I mean, records are meant to be broken. He could break every record. He could win 8 championships, 12 championships, and it's still a record out there that he may have. It's still something that he didn't take from Jordan. So that you leave that to the politics, but in my eyes, Jordan is my GOAT. But I feel like LeBron is creating this. Here's how I feel about basketball and sports. LeBron is creating his own legacy. It doesn't have to be compared to Jordan, Magic, Bill Russell. It don't have to be compared to nobody. Now, when the next era of basketball come in, people are gonna say, "Oh, is this kid the next? Is this kid gonna be better than LeBron? Is this kid gonna be better than LeBron? Is he gonna break LeBron records?" Like that's the way just it is, you know. So it is what it is on that. But I like to say LeBron created his own lane. Kobe created his own lane. Even Steph Curry, he's creating his own legacy. Everybody creates their own.
Obviously, everyone creates their own legacy. That was beautifully said. Coming up, we got the NBA season started, shortest turnaround ever, December 22nd. It's pretty crazy. It feels like we just got out of the finals. Who do you
I
think?
like it.
Who's your favorite to win the championship this year? Is it still the Lakers for you?
I grew up a Spurs fan. I mean, I was a Bulls fan, but when Jordan retired, that's when Tim Duncan came in the league, and I became a Spurs fan just because of their whole system. And this guy from my neighborhood who was born and raised in my neighborhood, Mario Ellie, he was playing for the Spurs too, so it made me become a Spurs fan even easier. But to speed that up, you know, they about to go downhill. Greg Popovich is about to retire soon. I'm rooting for the Nets, one because of Kyrie, that's my boy. You know that, and I refuse to root for the Knicks. Not a James Dolan fan. I want to see the Knicks become good. Shout out to Obi. You know that I played with his father one time in the game. New York native, and but I'm rooting for the Nets this season, because they got it. You know, Carlos LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, DeAndre Jordan, Jared Allen, who I got the chance to. We did a collab and promo with. And they got talent. I'm not even just talking about the two Hall of Famers on their team. The Nets got a lot of young talent. They're going to be very good. And we seen it last year without Kyrie and KD there. I mean, we seen it the year before with D'Angelo Russell was being there. they remind me of the Thunder. Like they got the recipe now. Like they got the tree is growing. Like they plant the seeds. So I think the Nets is gonna be the most fun team to watch. Obviously, the Lakers gotten better. They did lose some pieces, but they still got better. But I just think now that we got the full season, hopefully ahead, we're gonna see. We're gonna see who the strongest survive. It's really not about the talent. It's about what team could stay healthy, what team could stand their ground when it comes to that playoff. So, and I think now with the NBA, when you look at things now, every team is dangerous when they get into that playoff. That's what the bubble showed. You wasn't able to predict. If certain players don't get hurt, you know, we don't know who would have won the championship. The Heat could have had a chance. Portland could have had a chance. The Dame would have never got hurt. So I think what this NBA full season shows us is that 1 through 8, when you get to the playoffs, all these teams are going to be dangerous.
The Nets, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, to me, two of the clutchest shooters in the NBA. I mean, if you can have anyone, Kyrie's up there, KD's up there. We've seen it time and time again in the finals, back-to-back years. You think that's going to help them a lot, having two guys who you can trust to take the last shot?
Yeah, because they both champions. So it's not like they just do it all season. You got two guys who took. You have one guy who 2 years straight demolished the finals. Who arguably is. You got one or two. He's either one or he's either two, or sometimes he's one or sometimes he's two. And then you have who, who wants to be on that stage, who's from New York, who wants to be on that stage, who wants to shoot it. That's when like any given night, you don't these guys are, and they both skilled though. That's what makes them dangerous. They are both super officially skilled for what they do. So it's gonna be fun to watch, and I can't wait. Like the other night, watching them in that preseason last night, it was the NBA is back, they both was needed. To see these two and they prime still it's gonna be fun. We never really got to see that in the NBA in the last few years. Like LeBron and AD is different, but see Kyrie and KD skills, two guys with great skill, is gonna be. I'm looking forward to that.
I think you're absolutely right. I think this is going to be an awesome NBA season. We got so many great duos, trios. And you got Bam and Jimmy in Miami. Talk about AD, LeBron. You've got Kawhi and Paul George, Harden and John Wall potentially.
I can't wait. What I want to see is the Pelicans. Zion and Steven Adams and Ingram. That's gonna be fun. With Lonzo, that's gonna be fun. And they picked up Bledsoe. That's gonna be fun to watch. I can't wait to see the Pelicans. That's gonna be it's gonna make Zion body take a rest a little bit more, because you have Steven Adams back down there banging with you.
To me, Zion's must-watch TV. I mean, if I can watch anyone in the NBA any night, Zion might be number one, because that guy is just so athletic. I mean, the way with his weight and his size and his jumping ability. Do you think he's the best athlete in the NBA?
I think he's definitely is in the conversations now. But yeah, I would have to say yes, because I mean we seen it last year. And you can't jump with him, you can't out jump him, and you can't put your body like he's not even 21 yet. The body didn't even fully develop yet. It's developing now. So it's gonna be fun to see this guy. And like you said, he's a must see. I can't wait to see what he's gonna do, when he's on the fast break. And I feel like last year we didn't even get to see a lot of fast break dunks.
Yeah, and also Zion, I mean, not only is he insanely efficient around the basket, whenever he misses, he gets the offensive rebound. I mean, his legs work so quick. He's up in the air and he's jumping higher than anyone, so good luck getting it from him. So I think the Pelicans are underratedly dangerous.
Yeah, he know how to position his body too. That's why like he's not just jumping over you. He know how to position his body to get that rebound. And I think that's why people need to when they say things like, "Oh, he's overweight, he's over this," he's his body's changing. He's gonna. You don't think the NBA is gonna fix him? He's gonna be fine. I think he knows what he's doing. I think the NBA know it. The Pelicans know what they're doing. I think he has a great trainer. They should be worried when he becomes when his body fully develops. That's when you need to be scared because nobody's gonna be able to do nothing with him. And he can shoot and he can put the ball down. Mm. Zion is special, man. Don't be surprised he's the best. He'd be the best player in the world within 3 years.
Yeah, I agree with you. To me, he's got a lot of Dennis Rodman in him. When you look at the rebounding and the defense, and then on offense side of the ball, I see a lot of Charles Barkley. Ability to put it down, ability to dunk, shoot a little bit. Just all around player. I mean, Barkley was at his peak, top 3 player in the NBA. So I think that's a good ceiling to reach for. Last but not least, you're a guy who's constantly been doubted. You're always the underdog. What advice would you give to young basketball players and athletes that are being doubted or been cut from their teams and have been told that they won't make it?
Things that people say every day is they sitting there to say it because they're not in your position. Don't let somebody words dictate what your heart wants, what you desire. Use that as fuel. It is fuel regardless of whether you use it or not, because if it wasn't, you wouldn't feel the way about it. But don't sit there and stare at it. Don't sit there and just because you hit a brick wall or you come in and have these experiences, because you're gonna face them, you're gonna come across them. It don't it's just something to be said. It's just something people like to do because they can't do it. And what I'm just trying to show in life that I'm able to do it so you can do it. And because when you're able to do it, the next person is able to do it. So it's a train. And don't get to the platform and be afraid to get on the train. Because when you do it, it's a great feeling. When you break that barrier, you break that stereotype, you break the bullying and verbal and things you come across where it's difficulty, it's gonna feel good when you do it. When you even get in a position to do it, it's gonna feel amazing. And that's what I love about who I am. Just get me in the room. You get me in the room, you get me on the court, you get me in that chance. I promise, even if I don't win the battle, I'll be the one I'll be the one talked about. I'll be the one in that tournament they talked about saying, "Oh, this player he did that." So the real trophy is when you compete. The real winner is when you take on the odds and you face them. I never ran from them because it's just a number. It's just a saying. But when you got that action in you, that takes you everywhere you go. But you got to have the heart and you got to have the passion. And that's why my passion is my paycheck. And I'm thankful for it every day. So with that being said, don't believe the hype, believe the hype. Monty Love.
Awesome. Thank you.
Welcome, Zach.
Appreciate it.